And just like that, we are back with Chapter 88 of The Universe According to Mugsy. Today is Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. I am Mugsy the Creator, the interdimensional Diet Coke deliverer and time travel and magician, and also a podcaster. Back from the past and the very distant future, here in the now, the only time that exists to help you understand the current events of all the things that are playing out before your very eyes, which are a product of the culture which you have some control over, a little bit, only that individual consciousness, which is what we are going to talk about today, a little bit of each. I am the luckiest man in the world. October energy has been a little bit weird. I always attribute it, when I'm working in the restaurant industry, to my patience going down because I am frustrated with all of the things that have been going on throughout the month. But my friend Catherine Goldsby, who interviewed me for her YouTube channel at One Gold Energy, introduced me to this astrologer, Starduster Services on Instagram, and he has been posting these videos about the astrology of all the things that are going on, and I don't usually pay attention to this astrology stuff. I just don't have the time. But when I notice a change in the energy that I can't put my finger on exactly, and then I pull up my Instagram and I see my buddy from Starduster Services, I know that's a sign from the universe for me to pay attention, and it's going to explain all the things that are going on right now, and I don't understand. I'm not going to pretend that I understand exactly what he was saying about the sun, Scorpio. Now, all of a sudden, we're in Scorpio, and the Scorpio energy is a little more cut to the chase, which is where I'm at, because for whatever reason, this has been one of the funnest seasons in October that I've ever had in my entire life. We have a collection of crazy people that I love going to work with every day. All of them are nuts in their own way, myself very much included in that. But it feels different this time. It just feels a little bit different, and I think the fun can be attributed to my boss, Jessica, who is one of us. All right, that's the only way that I can phrase this. She is one of the waiters. She's one of the bartenders. She's hosted. She's bar back. She's done all of the jobs in the restaurant. And that is why she's so fun to work with. She was so smart. I talked about it on the podcast earlier. I said she's so smart, she implemented this rule, which I don't even know if it's legal, but nobody's asking those type of questions, saying that you guys aren't allowed to drink in the bar in October, because I just don't want to see you all sloppy here and take care of your stuff and then see you back here in the morning. It puts me in an awkward position. Problem is, Jess is one of the inmates, and she's running the asylum now. And while the beginning of the month started off great, people weren't coming in all hungover, my Saturday was absolutely insane. Because I was on a double Friday night, and I saw that all the people are back at the late night. All my friends get to hang out. It's exactly why you work there. You work at the cool place to hang out with the cool people during the cool season of all the cool things going on. It's why it's pretty hard for you to implement that rule when you're one of us, Jess, and you know you want to be here too. Oh, wait, that's right. You need people to play with. So ultimately that rule gets pulled, whoop, just exactly as I predicted. Once again, Mugsy the magician, the creator, the predictor of the future. Or did I go out to that future and then come back and explain it to you? Why are you not paying attention to the words that are coming out of my mouth, guys? Okay, I digress. So now we're back to playtime. All right, guys, and it is so fun. And you're allowed. Hey, you're allowed some playtime. This is the restaurant industry, all right? We're not doing brain surgery out there. We're serving drinks to customers, getting Diet Cokes, and we're getting them ranch. And we're hoping that the kitchen doesn't screw that order up on the way out. That's all we're doing. So if you want to have a couple of pops after work and hang out and smoke some weed, that should be all well and good. But things we can't be doing is losing our entire life when we show up on Sunday, not remembering where we hid our purse, or perhaps, I don't know, taking a nap somewhere in the back somewhere. Who knows what could have gone on? I don't know all of the things because I do my best to stay above the fray. There are bigger things going on, and we got bigger fish to fry, and I can't wait to tell you about it. But it is hilarious to see that we are fully back. And it's okay. What I was saying before was you're allowed to do all this stuff. You're allowed to do all that when you are crushing your job at work. And I gotta say, staff-wise, we have been through the ringer. And my waitering staff and my bartenders have fucking pulled it together, man. I'm so proud of the front of the house. There's maybe some other issues in other places, but that's got nothing to do with me, man. I hope those guys get things figured out, but like, I'm only in charge of so much. I mean, even the hosts have been crushing it. My the bus boys and the barbacks. It's nuts. It feels like we have a crazy team of people together because probably the economy's so bad that we have people that are actually paying attention and doing a great job at their job because they're taking it much more seriously than maybe they ever did before. I think there's a lot of things going on. There's few places that you can make money like this, hand over fist. Living in Disneyland October in Salem, Massachusetts. It's absolutely crazy. And I told you we weren't all going to make it. We suffered our first casualty on one of the craziest days of the year. My girl shows up in the morning trying to find her purse and her phone and her wallet and her passport and her keys to her car, and I would understand. I mean, if that happened to me, I don't know how I'd be able to pull it together for the day, but she did, man. She went out there and she busted ass and she sold a lot of food and she made money for the restaurant, and then at the end of the day, she went back to the security cameras, and by the time the security guards came in, we figured out where that purse was. All is well and good in paradise. The day for me was going swimmingly well last Saturday. It's one of those days where I'm in the back lounge. It's a rainy day outside. We're either going to get slammed or we're going to be okay. I've got a 5-table section in the back of the restaurant, and if it's so bad a nor'easter that it's raining cats and dogs out there, then I don't have to worry. Problem is, we have tourists, and they're in town, and they got to eat no matter what. And we have the restaurant that is underneath the parking garage. So for a lot of people, they park in that parking garage and they come right downstairs to our restaurant so we can get crushed. So I make it through the whole day without getting crushed. Boom! But I feel this weird energy coming on. I feel this weird energy in the restaurant because someone has come up to me and they've asked me if I would like to go home. And I was like, sure, I'll go home. If this is the universe asking me if I want to be done with my 8-hour day, like, yeah, I don't want to do another 3 more hours of this shit. Like, I made enough money. I'm not greedy. I'll go home. And that was like something that never happens. It never, ever happens in October. Someone's like, hey, do you want to switch this section that you have full and then get out of here because there's nothing going on in this other section of the restaurant? Now, I'm in the back of the house. Maybe. Sure. I guess maybe it's cold outside or something happened and there's nobody out there. It was raining earlier. Like, all right, yeah, sure. I'll go home. It never happens. Of course it never happens because somebody was just trying to pull one over on you and get into a different section somehow, some way, finagle something. I should have saw it coming because... All right, I digress, man. There's so much that happened that day. The kitchen is a mess. The kitchen's been a mess all day long. Somehow I've been able to stay out of that by sprinting back and forth for the fries that they forgot or the California burger that was supposed to come out that didn't come out with the rest of the 11 meals. I don't know exactly why, but we're missing a superstar. Chef had a wedding. So... guess what? When the executive chef of the whole goddamn restaurant isn't in the house, in the kitchen, doing his expo, making sure that orders get fulfilled, we have people that need to step up, and they do an incredible job stepping up, but it's not their restaurant. It's not their kitchen. They don't have the power to be able to wield in the kitchen to get the things done at the speed that we need things done. And they're just different people interacting with different humans. It's just different. All right, and we're missing a superstar. Chef Ahmad is unbelievable. You should come in and try some of his foods at some of the 2 restaurants that he's an executive chef at. The Village Tavern and this other one over here that I can't remember right now, but it's in Swampscott. So we're missing a superstar. I think that's why things are not coming out great. Now, because of this, You got to put another superstar in there to fill the gaps. And guess what? That's my goddamn general manager, Jess, the one that I've said earlier in this podcast has done every job in the restaurant, okay? She's got to hop back there. And now, all of a sudden, food's coming out great, motherfucker. Food's coming out unbelievable. So it's weird when one of the food runners comes up to me and says, boss wants to see you in the back. All right, boss, what's going on? Are you trying to get out of here, Matt? That's my waiter name. Are you trying to get out of here? Are you trying to sneak the hell out of here? And I'm like, absolutely not. I've been back there waiting tables all day. Someone comes up to me and says, hey, it's raining fucking gifts and it's showering all over people. Do you want some of these gifts? I was like, yeah, I'll take a gift. And she's like, well, we're not cutting you. All right. We're in the middle of all this craziness. Can you help us get through this craziness? I was like, I'm not doing anything until you, boss, tell me what to do. I'm here until this thing closes the same way we always do this in the morning till the goddamn thing is shut down. Me and you, boss.
It is pretty wild. I don't even know where I'm going to go. I don't even know where I'm about to go. But right now, I do not want to sell you any deodorant for your balls or anything else, really, at this moment. What I would like for you to do is go to MugsyTheCreator.com. You can find my Patreon link, which enables me to do this all for free, living off $12,000 a year in my paradise. But you can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and a whole host of other places. Let's see where I'm going to go with this one. How's he going to land that plane? Back to the episode.
So I go back to waiting tables, but now the energy's weird. I told you, the energy was just, felt it. We're cutting to the chase now. Scorpio has entered a sun or a moon, and now all of a sudden the energy's weird. Because all of a sudden in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, I've never had any customers ask for the manager. That's a weird thought to be having. It's just a weird thought. I don't even have tables that I have are great. And then all of a sudden, this table comes in and I'm just, oh, they're the ones. You're the ones. I felt you coming from way over there. I felt that dark energy. I felt it enter the restaurant, and now we have to do this dance. And it's not long. They're not even, I'm not over to the table yet, and the host has now informed me that this is a table of 7 adults. Their children, the 6 children are all going to be over here at a separate table, separate waitress. My girl, Kristen's going to take care of them, and they're going to be happy as a clam. She's like, I just want to play with the kids, so you keep the crazy adults. And all right. They're crazy adults. How did we all know this? We all recognize right off the bat that these people are going to be a lot to handle. And as soon as I get over there, they're like, we just want to throw in some food quick. Can we get some calamari, some spaghetti and meatballs, and a couple of chocolate martinis? Now, normally, I'd be like, this is off to a great start, guys. We already got food in. I haven't even gotten to the drinks yet. Or food and drinks in. That's like awesome. Problem is, I don't have calamari, I don't have spaghetti and meatballs, and I do not have a chocolate martini. Now they want to fight me on the fact that I don't have these items in my kitchen. Now, I do not know what to tell someone who comes into a Burger King and demands a California tuna roll. Like, that we're in a different planet now. Like, we're doing a different thing. I'm prepared to do some dancing. I'm prepared to dance for you. My customer who I'm trying to make happy with the bullshit that I'm slinging out of this restaurant for you in the middle of this absolute insane mob. Did you notice the 7,500 people that you had to walk through to get in these doors in the first place? Now you're finally here. I'm about to get you the shit that you want. You're hungry. You're thirsty. It's been a long day of walking around in mobs of tourists on fucking tours, getting on trolleys, trying to find your way around. I'm here to help you. I have a menu of things. Today, I have all the things on that menu. That doesn't happen all the time. That doesn't happen every day in this fucking restaurant in this crazy fucking city of Salem. Now you have all the things on that menu. You're ordering things off the menu. That's not a good start. So now we're having a discussion about why we have a chicken parmesan but not a spaghetti and meatballs. I don't know why Chef Ahmad has decided to put together the culinary dining experience that he has decided to work out of his kitchen. That there's probably some restrictions on how many things I bet you he'd probably have 7 menus if you asked him. He would like to express himself a million different ways for you on that menu. Problem is, we're doing 2,000 people a fucking day, 2,500, 3,600 covers. I am so mad at you. It's the end of my day. We're in Scorpio sun now. All right, I'm at the end of my wit's end. And then some guy at the end of the table says, my chair's a little wet. Can you get me a new chair? Well, you shouldn't have spilled a fucking glass of water on it, buddy. You shouldn't have spilled a glass of water. Now I gotta rearrange, and I swear to you, I pick up this guy's chair, a full lounge. There's hundreds of people, 100 people in my lounge, and I'm fucking carrying this chair through the back hallway, sliding through chicken palms. I got a pizza guy coming over here. All right, no worries. Dodging Kristen that way. Mary's fucking pregnant, and she's everywhere. Put that chair down. Get a new chair. Come all the way back. Fucking over here. Boom. Can I have a glass for my Bud Light? You want a fucking glass for that piece of shit? You're drinking Bud Light, motherfucker. It's gonna taste the same out of that fucking bottle. I'm so mad at you motherfuckers right now, but I am handling myself well. I don't know how. Better than I'm doing right now, because now I get to express myself. But we get through it. We make it through all the bullshit. I tell you, we don't have chocolate martinis. I got 27 fucking drinks here. You trying to get a little fucked up, a lot of fucked up? Do you want a little sugar, a lot of sugar? Do you want to do it with beer, wine? I'll make a fucking wine fucking drink with the fruit in it. You know that thing? I'll make them do that for you if that's what you want. I will make them do something that they're capable of doing, but I cannot order a fucking Johnny Cocktail Old Slow Gin Fizz right now, because those people are gonna throw a bottle of liquor at my head. If I go back there and ask the chef if he has any meatballs, you don't know what's coming for me, and I can only dodge cast iron skillets so fucking fast, man, because now the guy's throwing the liquor bottle too. You don't understand what it's like back there. You just don't understand. And I'm trying to make your day the best that it can be. Please order from the menu. And we did. And we put it in. Everything is going all right. And the chairs, they haven't spilled any drinks. Everyone's got a dry chair. I already told them we don't have dessert, so they're not going to be pissed about that. And then, I don't know. I go to get a drink for somebody else, somewhere else. And then these people call me back again. Keep in mind, I got other tables that I got to be taken care of while the fucking Long Island goddamn numbnuts are all drinking Bud Lights at the end of the lounge. So now I'm getting called back to this table again. The food came out, but could you call a manager? Yeah, sure, I'll call a manager. Can you believe this? They're going to try and get this shit off the table. Now I'm losing it a little. But lucky my buddy manager Al is in the back, and he's just excited to see me all gassed up. What's going on, man? What's going on? I'm all gassed up. I can't believe these motherfucking people want to talk to you. They want to get some shit off their bill. Whatever. I'm losing my shit, but we're in the back. And Al's like, don't you fucking worry. Don't you fucking worry, buddy. I got you. I believe you. I believe you did everything you could do. I believe these people are probably assholes. We've had a couple other assholes that I had to take care of today. And I'm like, rah! And I'm just going nuts. And he's like, I got this. And Al, I'm like, wait a minute. My brain's starting to kick back in. And I'm like, Al, I don't know what they're complaining about. But there's 7 of them. Can you please throw the autograt on right now? And we threw that autograt right on there. Boom. Autograt on the table. Now, Al goes out and takes care of them. What they want to complain about is all of their children's dinners at another table came out cold. Because we may have a heat lamp in the back that's doing that. Problem is, motherfucker, Kristen's on her shit, and she takes care of those kids. So she went back and made sure that food came out hot. Oh, hot damn. So now we caught you in another motherfucking lie. Why you be lying to us? Because you a motherfucker, and we sensed that shit 15 minutes ago when you came in the goddamn restaurant. Now they got to comp all this food. Kristen's not going to make a dime for taking care of these goddamn kids. I get my 20% autograt from these fucking assholes that we got to continue to deal with. But, oh, it is so nice. being able to drop that check at that table. Here we go, guys. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure serving you. Don't worry about the tip. It's already included on top. Let me know whether you want to take care of this on a card or with cash. Thank you, guys. Have a great night. Boom, out to the back. They didn't know what hit them. They couldn't believe it. They didn't understand what was going on. What? And they had just had a couple cocktails. I forgot to tell you that they were arguing about me over what size cocktail they got. They got Southern Tier. They got 2 tall Southern Tiers. That's a high alcohol beverage percentage, okay? So what that means is we only serve them in 12 and 16, so I did give you a 16-ounce glass. You thought you were getting smart with me by thinking I tried to serve you a tall and only gave you a little one. Problem is, motherfucker, I am on my game. All right, so we already nipped that one in the bud too as I was trying to drop that check off. I forgot about that one. Oh my God, these people were fucking assholes. I digress. They sat there for 35 minutes looking at that check upside down, asking, questioning each other, looking at menus. My girl Kristen's in the back, rolling silverware, listening to them. Could you imagine that? And every time I came back, they don't want to pay me. They don't want to pay me. They didn't want to pay me. They waited till my girl Mary came out there and they were like, yeah, we'll pay you. We don't want to pay that other guy. I don't know what it was that I did for them. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I wasn't the asshole. I think we could review the footage there and we would go. And I don't know how I picked up on it before it came in. That energy changed and I knew this craziness was about to happen. I did a bad job losing my cool, but I was smart and I did it in the back office with my boy manager Al and he took care of me. It's been a crazy season, but we've been able to mitigate all of these problems. And there's going to be a couple of fucking knuckleheads running around a little half drunk, just being a dickhead to be a dickhead, because that's just kind of how the world works. And if you are the motherfucker that lets that dickhead affect your day, and you're a motherfucking dickhead too. And that's exactly what was happening, and I was trying to... But that's the problem. Man, when you're doing this shit back-to-back days and days on end, eventually your patience starts to run thin too, and maybe my patience was running a little thin that day. I don't know. I will tell you, this is the part of the story where you're like, oh my God, that's nuts, dude. You work in an insane place. That was an insane interaction with one of your tables, of which you had 50. I don't know how many customers I do. 50 times 5. That's a lot. Hundreds of customers at least that day. Now, finally, I get off work and I go out back and with my wife and we sit down at one of them tables as the late night's starting. You think like... Finally, the day's over. But you forget it's Saturday in October. And I don't know why, but things are just, the energy has changed. That wasn't just about that table. I felt the energy change in October, in the season. Things are changing. I don't know what was in the air that night, but there was some things going on in that air. And me and my wife are having a burrito from the Howling Wolf and crushing some delicious chips and salsa at P7 out back on this patio where I got a clear view of everything that's going on Essex Street in Salem. For those of you that know what I'm talking about, maybe I'll be able to put a picture in here. I don't know. I just got a clear view of all the things going on. People coming in. I can also see what's happening on the dance floor through the windows over here. It's like a U shape of all the things going on around me with my back to like none of the things that are important are going on. I see a bunch of cops, 14, 15, 14, my wife counted. They're just hanging out on the streets. Now this is, if you want to talk about, I don't know how I feel. All right, as the story progresses, I don't know how you're going to feel about these cops. It feels different having a police presence on a public street and walkway. That is a new thing. In Salem, Massachusetts, in October, it's not new to have a police presence. It's new to have the volume of police officers. The size of the presence has increased significantly over the years. And now they're basically stationed outside the Village Tavern, which is a nightclub. All right? The late night, when that kicks in at 9 o'clock, it becomes a nightclub for many 20-somethings where we have DJs and dancing. We're one of the only places in town that have the square footage to do it. So it's not necessarily the worst thing to have some presence nearby, of some ambulances or police if things get out of hand. I'm not saying it's the worst idea, but it's a change. And I'm noticing it now. As the night is going on, I see something that I've never seen before. It's this. My bartender coming out from behind the bar. She's coming out back onto the patio, and it's slammed in there, so I know something's going on, and she's leading the way for this cowboy security guard that I have who's carrying this rag doll of a woman and just ragdolls her in a chair. We're trying to wake her up. We don't know what's going on. This is not someone who had too many shots. This is not what's going on. Is someone having a medical event is what is going through my mind. My wife's medical degree kicks in. All of a sudden, she's like, should I go over there? And I'm like, don't you fucking go over there. They got this shit under control. I don't know what's going on there, but them are going to take care of it. Immediately, my superstar Jess comes flying out of the house, and all of a sudden, she's immediately like, 911 is already called, telling somebody to go get the Narcan. Because this ain't the first time she's seen something like this go on. And I'm not sure yet whether she actually fucking Narcaned her or she came to herself from the Narcan threat. But all of a sudden, this girl went from ragdoll and eyes rolling around in her head, the back of her head, like I'd never seen somebody before. I mean, I was in a fraternity, all right? All those Animal House stories you think about, I seen all that shit. And this was not that. All right, this was not any of that stuff. This was new drug stuff that I'm not used to. I don't see all this stuff. This, to me, looks like the videos that I see on TikTok and the internet. Like, this is not normal. But all of a sudden, this girl popped up. Yep, Marianne. It wasn't until after we have 6 of those police officers that had been called to the scene to see if they could start taking care of things. We already got the ambulance on the way, so now this girl's been revived to life, and all of a sudden she's back to having a conversation with these 6 officers who are just a little bit jumpy. I don't know. One of them's eyeballing me as I'm eating a burrito on the patio with my wife, high as can be, just smile on my face, and eyeballing me sideways, like he wants to make sure that this guy's got nothing going on with him. What do you want to do, buddy? What are you checking me out for? It didn't make sense to me. It just feels a little bit off. And then all of a sudden, bang, there's a fight on the dance floor. I don't know what's going on, but my buddy Al gets a call over the walkie-talkie. Call goes out. I don't know what their red alert is, but maybe it's fucking man down on the dance floor, and all of a sudden 3 security guards from the front of the house go flying, and I have this brick wall that they can run along my patio to go into the back door by the back kitchen and enter the back, all right? We can come any way we want. So these guys are flying down there, and now the police, they see these guys running, flying. What's going on? What's going on? Like some dogs, just like, and now these cops go flying. Problem is, cops have no idea the area or the layout. My boy Al and the 3 security guards are running right along that top fence, and that enables them, when they get to the end of it, to hop off and make a U-turn, bang, right into this kitchen and go in the back. Cops don't know this, and they're running full steam ahead. They don't see that there is oh my God, there's a goddamn fence. A couple of cops slow down, and they're like, oh, we're going to take a turn around the fence this way. One cop does not. He's like, I'm going for it, motherfucker. I've been waiting for this day my whole life. It's the fucking Rose Bowl. Let's do this thing. He goes over the fence, and nope. Fucking fail. Right on his face. Eat shit. Oh my God, it's hilarious. I'm going to see if I can pull the tape on that one. I don't know if we're allowed to do that security tape. Whatever. If I can pull it, I will. It was so funny. But that's what happens when everyone's looking for something to pop off. Everyone in the situation is a hammer. They're looking for a nail, and it just takes a little bit of a spark, like a couple of guys running across. When we had a dance floor, guys, take care of it. There's security guards in there. By the time the cop busted his ass over that fence, the security guard was walking the guy who was kicked out the front door. Isn't that funny how that works? Isn't that funny? but you just wanted to be a part of it. You could feel the energy in the room. I mean, me too. That's what we've been talking about. It wasn't the only, after this, it was too much for me. I was like, that's it. I got to get the fuck out of here. That's what it was. My girl, Jess, comes out, and I'm smiling like a motherfucker eating my burrito, and she comes out back, general manager of the whole goddamn facility, and she is eyeballing me, and she's like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, the inmates are running the asylum, baby. We've done it. And we're laughing, and we're like, we fucking have, and it's running better than ever. You know, there are problems. There's problems every goddamn October. We lose people every October. I didn't know that was going to be a night foreshadowing that we were about to lose somebody else for intimidating a goddamn witness. Oh, I love you, man. Oh, I'm sorry. But, it's true. We took care of them because we have a staff that can handle it. This isn't anyone's first rodeo. And when you have capable people that it's not the first time they've been faced with a situation, there's ways to decompress the energy in the room. Whatever, mitigate the problems. And we've been doing such a good job of it this year. I couldn't have been prouder. The inmates running the asylum was a goddamn compliment because that's the way it should be, right? It's our fucking asylum. Just let us run the asylum. I promise you it's going to work out better for you. Ultimately, if you stay out of our way, because it's a part of us. We know how it works. We understand what could happen, what could pop off, and what the potentials are. And when we need you, we will call. Believe me, we need you to be in the place that you say you're going to be when you're going to be there, and that's what we need from you. And then all of a sudden, bang, OD to fight on the dance floor. Me and my wife are like, we got to get the hell out of here. Like, it's been a crazy night, but this ain't what we're here for. We're here to wait tables, enjoy ourselves, maybe smoke a little weed out back, have an unbelievable conversation with a couple of the crazy people that we work with, and then get the hell home. We're not here for all the fights, of which there were another 4. Some guy pulls a knife out, shows it to some tourist who's from South Philadelphia, and he was like, oh, I'm not about that life. Tries to bang that dude out and then gets kicked out, and it's like, hey, dude, that was self-defense. This guy's throwing me a knife. I don't know what's going on. He, like, immediately gets the hell out of here. He's like, I'm not looking for any trouble. It's just, I'm telling you, it's insanity. But when you are on the other side of things and you get to see behind the scenes, you understand how everything works, all right? And that's what I've been trying to tell everybody. They're worried about these robberies going on. You've already been robbed. It already happened a long time ago, and you're just recognizing it now. And you have to pay attention to that time you got robbed long ago. Otherwise, they're going to rob you again right in front of your face, and you're not going to be paying attention. And that's exactly what's happening in the cryptocurrency world. All right, guys? How many times have I said it? Is Bitcoin an asset or a currency? It cannot be both. They're calling it Bitcoin to trick your mind, and then it's going up like an asset. All right, let's deconstruct this a little bit for you in Economics Corner with MugsyTheCreator. All right, guys, our economy. Here's how it works. Just like a river, there are banks. They choose the different paths in which the currency or the waters or the rivers are going to flow. Now, all of a sudden, the government is, again, defaulted on its debt. The government shut down. We can't pass a bill for any of this shit. So now people are saying, wait a minute. The United States dollar is not as secure as it once was, which means its value goes down. That we feel as inflation. People are trying to hedge their bets. Things are going so bad at the United States economy place right now that they're like, let me see where else I can put my money. And then at the same time, they're getting hit with all this information all the time. So much of it coming in, so much information into my brain and my phone. They hear an Ethereum and crypto and Bitcoin to the moon. Oh, other countries, Argentina's and other places, they're working with the Bitcoins, and the Bitcoins is going to be a good thing in the future. Okay, guys, sure. Is it an asset or is it a currency? Or are they just redirecting your money onto this electronic exchange, all right, that you can be tracked on 100% of the time at all times because that guy Shiitake Nashimoto, He came out and he said, this Bitcoin thing got nothing to do with me. Then that motherfucker disappears. All right? Because that's the way that it works. They have the Bitcoin. They invented the Bitcoin. Remember when they recovered Bitcoin? That's because they're telling you it's secure and on this blockchain, but it ain't secure as shit. All right? It's as secure as anything electronic. It can all be hacked. Your mind, goddamn included. You've been convinced. And there is. All right. Here, let's talk about it too. Fool's theory. All right? Fucking greater fool's theory. There's nothing wrong with following the tides where they go, because there is now support. If you want to get into the finances of Bitcoin and whether it's a stable investment as an asset, let's take a look at it, because I see some support for that argument. There is buying and selling pressure is what controls the price of any asset. That's the bottom line. Doesn't matter what the thing is. If it's trading, the only thing that it trades for inside of a marketplace is what someone's willing to sell it for and what someone's willing to buy it at. That pressure determines the price. That's how you understand the marketplace's pressures, all right? It's all energy. Now, you look at this Bitcoin over the last 3 years, you're going to see that there's some support at 100,000. That is insane to me that we're talking about Bitcoin is now worth $100,000. United States dollars. They're valuing it in dollars because that's the thing you're supposed to be paying attention to in the first place. Until that day when they flip that switch, like many people are betting on, and then we all have to be on the Bitcoins or United States stablecoin or some of this other electronic bullshit, and they've got you stuck in this game forever. All right? Now, I forget where I was talking about the Bitcoins. Technical support. So yes, that's what I was saying before, the technical support. If you want to take a look at these graphs and we talk technically about whether this is a sound investment over the coming years or months for you individually, that's a different conversation. I can see why there's some rationale behind that because of the pressure and all of the people that are brainwashed and convinced out there. There it is. Here, now we're back on track. Brainwashed and convinced that this is going to be something that is good for them or going to be around at least in the future in a way for them to provide for their family. Savings, that's the important part. Everyone's looking for a different way to save. And if inflation's going up at 5-10% a year. Real inflation, I don't give a shit what they're talking about on the television. These people are feeling it because the poorest people among us are going to feel it first. So they're just looking for different ways to save. They've been crushed. They've been shut out of buying a home in the United States of America. They're looking for a way to win the lottery. They've been pushed to do this. It's not something that just fell out of the sky. Every video game they've played in their entire life has got them onto this point system as we get online and we start buying new attachments, right? And every day there's new updates. It's new gambling habits being impressed upon the civilization through the things that they are utilizing, the culture, right? The games that we play. I've seen it more and more with my PlayStation 5. As I go on to the UFC 5, and we got a big fight coming up on Saturday. I'm excited about it. I see that they give me some special fights that I can do, but only for 24 hours. Oh, immediately, scarcity. They've introduced this scarcity mindset. I better get my fix now while I can to this game. Otherwise, I'm never going to be able to play him again. And I didn't beat this one this time. But for 100 credit points, I can replay that again. And my ego says that I could beat him this time, but I'm out of credit points. That's going to cost my wallet. All of a sudden, I'm gambling through the video game on whether or not I can beat the computer. Isn't this insane? And now they're even impressing that you can, let's make some predictions here. Now they're introducing the future so that I'm thinking about it. Oh, I'm sending my energy throughout the week thinking about this thing that's coming. It is dark magic, all right? This gambling mindset that they've got you pushed in. And that's how they've been able to build a marketplace for this Bitcoin so that now the banks can start to close down their normal running rivers that we're so used to, ways that we could stably get returns on our investment, like the 30-year fixed mortgage, all of these bonds that used to return things for us, that we used to get interest. Do you remember getting interest rates on a goddamn savings account? Because the bank needed your money before they could just print and print and print and print. But that is where we are at. The government is going to refund itself which is how they control the conditions. They're going to remake the game so they can print some more money to these creditors like an 18-year-old with a credit card problem. That's going to devalue the money. The people that are going to feel that first is the lowest class among us. You can be goddamn sure me and all of my friends at the Village Tavern are going to understand the inflation hitting before everyone on the television is talking about it. Because they're printing the money and we already know that. That's going to drive investment into alternative investments like NFTs and cryptocurrency. All of this electronic crap that isn't real and can be tracked and just, it isn't real. All right? Not that the United States dollar is real, but it's meant to be some energetic exchange, and it must be valued in something. Otherwise, we got no ability to save, and this is the worst place, right? This is the worst place economically we could be in. Stagflation. We have a depression. We have an economy. Nobody's even working to rebuild. We have inflation running rampant because the government is printing money like crazy. They're not using that money on the people or to build any sort of stable economy for the citizens of that country. They're giving it away to other countries. Other foreign nations are lobbying for that currency. All right? It's an insane game that we should be thankful that we're at the bottom because it allows us time to rethink and shake things up and take back control. Never let a good crisis go to waste. The United States people have an opportunity here to start taking the power back in some way. I don't know exactly how that's going to be figured out. I'm just an economist. I'm just a magician. I'm just a Mugsy the Creator, time-traveling, interdimensional podcaster trying to get you to get outside of that little box that you're in. I see it now. I understand what it's like. Crazy. 88 episodes in. The whole time I've been faking it a little bit. All right? Fake it till you make it. We don't know exactly what we're doing. It takes some bravery to go out there in the world and figure it out in real time. I didn't understand for so long what it's like to look at someone and pull a trick on them because I never tried it. My goddamn ethics, my morals got in the way. I don't like tricking people. I like to be honest, authentic, and transparent so that you understand the interaction that you're going to get into when you're with me. Maybe I wasn't always as good at that, but I've gotten better at it over time, and none of the time did I want to be tricking people, so I didn't invest much energy into that. But now I've been forced to try and become a street urchin. Become a barker in the streets for the podcast, trying to get an audience and make sure my fan base knows where I am. So I came up with a little card trick, a little magic trick that my old man taught me. The only magic trick my father ever taught me. And I use it in the street to understand the conditions of your own mind. My magic trick allows me the insights to understand what comedians are doing on stage when they're really being funny. And they're in the moment. Because what I'm doing is a trick. That's what comedy is, taking you on the ride, knowing the experience that you're going to have as you're hearing the things that I'm saying and watching them come out of my mouth when I do this thing, and then I grab the microphone and no. It's all planned, no different than magic, right? And now that I've done this magic trick on the streets of Salem and watched people's eyes light up, I understand what's going on. I get more insights now into how this whole game is constructed. And I see that, all of the people around me on the streets of Salem, that's what they're here for. They're here for the magic of Salem, whether they know it or not. But it requires their participation in it for the magic to actually be there and show up. There is no audience when I do that trick alone because I need participation. That's what brings the trick to life. Is the participation of the audience inside of my realm, stepping into my box, of which I have control over. I know what moves we're going to take and the route we're going to take to get there. You could determine what's going on right now as long as you're paying attention. The problem is you lost as soon as you stepped into my realm and my box that I control. All right? By getting you to pay attention to whatever it is that I want you to pay attention to. That's how Salem works. Pay attention to the witch trials. Pay attention to the Witchcraft Museum. Please come on my tour. Look at this witch statue. Bewitched over here. Look at all the monsters on the street. They would not be there if not for you participating, coming to remember a time when society could be so stupid as to introduce this spiritual nature and hang people for the things that the spirits may be doing. Crucifying people in real time. That past that they come to see happen in 1692, they don't see it playing out right in front of their very eyes. Their participation keeping that energy alive. Whether these things happened or didn't happen, I have no idea. I know the stories that I've been told, but I know what a celebration of the darkness is. I wonder if that's why Kim Kardashian and Adam Sandler film movies and come to see it. Channing Tatum came to town last year. Sure, a nonchalant celebration of Halloween, but what is that high holiday? And who would be the type of people that would celebrate it? I know that the Satanic Temple in Salem is a church to some people. And I know that they get more attention during this month than they probably do throughout the rest of the year. I see the things that are going on by the things that people choose to participate in. That gives me the insights and allows me to start doing my own tricks on the street, because only when you choose to participate in the dark magic does it enlighten you to the fact that you have the same ability to participate in the light magic. There must always be balance in the world. Who are you going to be? Are you going to be the Rube or are you going to be the Carney? The inmates will always be running the asylum. The question is whether you know it or not. There is de jure power and there is de facto power. De facto power is the embodiment. The decision is yours. I am just the creator. Take back your consciousness. I love you. I'm out.
If you want to find out where else you can listen to this broadcast and you're a human, you can go to MugsyTheCreator.com. If you're a robot, I got nothing for you. I mean, unless you can subscribe over here, or you can click this playlist. If you're a robot, you can do that. That would definitely help. Like, subscribe, whatever you want. Thanks a lot, guys.